Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jaja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulunding. We are also producers of Jaja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gash, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gash Group also provides the best security company, Gash Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gash Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gash on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gash Global Group on Battle Harden Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.gashglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash.
Sophie Milk ñu ngi fété juróom benn ati cafka bu dut dañ ñoo leen indil Jalika full cream milk powder neex saf sàpp te bari cafka pour di leen jërëjëfati si ni ngeen defee Sophie Milk seen favorite milk brand léegi mun ngeen a jëfandikoo empty Jalika milk sachets wala carton pour gagner ay xéewal yu riche pour gagner motorbike dajaleel fukk ak juróomi empty carton yi Jalika milk pour gagner yeneen xéewal yu mel ni PlayStation 4 TV fridge freezer, gas cooker, bicycle wala mobile phone. dajaleel fukk ak juróomi empty Jalika milk sachets def leen si biir enveloppe binda si sa tur ak sa téléphone number. mun ngeen ko yóbbu si bépp Jalika milk agent bu leen gën a jege. pour xam bi si raful yi dem leen Jalika milk Facebook page. Jalika milk mooy meew bu ees bu leen so fi indil gën a neex saf sàpp te riche.
TAF Africa Global is the first and biggest private estate developer in the Gambia and present in 7 other African countries. We take pride in leading innovation in all spheres of real estate sector in the Gambia and beyond. As such, we are launching the development of the first smart and modern office and retail towers in the Gambia called TAF Twins. The TAF Twins is located in the heart of the Kanifing institutional area and 10 minutes drive away from Banjul. TAF Twins is designed to have 5 floors of office spaces ranging from 50 square meters to over 1,000 square meters with 2 elevators, central air conditioning, 24 hours electricity and water supply, with the ground floor reserved for banking, supermarket, restaurant and coffee shop. For your bookings and reservations, please call now on 376-2333 or 776-2333. Thank you.
It's a warm reception to our studios here in Serekunda. This is Star TV News and I am Jacqueline Coley. In the headlines tonight, Banjul mayoress not aware of ongoing construction activities in Banjul. Authorities at Kubune Health Center calls for help. Senior U.S. defense official visits the Gambia. The leak to destroy quantities of drugs tomorrow. On the international scene, millions in India at risk as fuel and food costs increase. French-German plan for EU-Putin talks collapses. UK-Russia escalate war of words over Black Sea warship incident. Those were the headlines and now the news in detail. The mayoress of Banjul, Rohim Malik Low, on Thursday told journalists that her office is not aware of construction activities taking place within Banjul. She made these revelations while on a site visit tour with the media to the Jar Oil construction site at the radio shed, the sand mining at the Danton Bridge and the container port at Bond Road. More in this report.
Rahim Malik Low stresses that she is not aware of the 3 ongoing construction works currently taking place in Banjul, adding that people are writing to her office asking questions regarding the 3 construction sites.
Every day nit ñu ngi ñew lu gëna daw yaram li gëna daw yaram wax dëgg yalla moy suñ maami ak
Complaints are always coming to me. The saddest thing of all is that this place is a graveyard and they have graded our ancestors' graveyards, which is very sad. Rest in peace means to sleep until the day of judgment, but with this, I am embarrassed and speechless in this act. I am not aware of this construction and many things happen in Banjul which I and my councillors are not aware of.
amna ci jaxlete bu mag bo xamne kuma laaj sax rusna parce que awma tontu buma ko mëna tonto.
Kaltim Toure, Director of Planning and Development at the Banjul City Council, says the construction areas are under BCC and government should have informed them about the ongoing construction taking place.
Areas is under the custody of the council. Without new consult council, informing council, what new council be nothing. Fogna ñun war nañu jog fu may pour clé ay area bi ne fi waruñ ko laal. It was very wrong to smile. Government bi def fi dara without ñun ñi inform.
Mamadou Haidara, the general manager of Jar Oil Company, reacts to this.
What I have to tell you is there are 2 things. One, if this was an old graveyard like they have suggested, like I said, we've done some deep excavations when we were digging that foundation. We would have at least found 1 bone, and that would have been the biggest regret of our entire lifetime, because that is one thing we don't want to see. But we haven't even dug any kind of a bone in that area.
Rahim Malik Low then proceeded to the sand mine at the Denton Bridge, and this was her reaction. As the tour continues at Bond Road, Mr. Toure, the Director of Planning and Development of BCC, explains to the media how Hadim Gay acquires the land at Bond Road.
They asked us what was going on here, and I told them that the place which has been going on social media saying that it is being built by Jar Oil, it is not. It is not owned by Jar Oil, and we have nothing to do with it. It is been requested by the police. And today, this morning, we met the Imam Ratib of Banjul, like 30 minutes ago, explained everything to him, and he told us to write to the Banjul Muslim elders and explain the story about the issue going on. But we were very unfortunate and dismayed that the mayor came here this morning and did not allow us to explain what is going on here. He came with his political agenda trying to sell it, and we have nothing to do with it. Yeah, it is politics, absolutely. We want to make it clear. That is Jar Oil, this is the buffer, this is where the graveyard started. And we did not do anything illegal.
Hadim Gay, who was also present at the construction site, reacts to visiting journalists. More development on this story coming soon. For Star TV News, I am Jacqueline Coley.
The Kubune Health Center is currently faced with many challenges in its daily operations. However, Star TV visited the health facility to get first-hand information on constraints that the health staffs are encountering in their quest to provide health services to the village and its satellite communities. Mode El Baji has more.
The Kubune Health Center was established by members of this committee in order to help the villagers and the surrounding settlements to access primary health care service, as the country's main referral hospital is approximately 24 kilometers away from Kubune village. The village health advisor Buba Tamba spelled out the challenges they are facing whilst calling on the government to allocate salary to some of their nurses, most of whom are paid and sponsored by the Village Development Committee to pursue their education on nursing.
This is a health post that belongs to the whole nation, not just Kubune Health Center. Because when you go to the registration books, you can find that it is just here in Kubune, but people come all over this country to get their health. Yeah. But first of all, what we really would still are asking is that the government to support us on paying some of the nurses, because it is a health center that is really still when it started on the hands of the donors, which will not last forever. So we will really looking and asking the support from the government to take responsible to support 2 or 3 nurses to be paid by the government. Yes, and also you can see the whole compost is not secured, which is very important because it's a place of health.
Speaking on behalf of the women, Safiatou Bah stressed the need for a maternity ward and an ambulance, as most of the women in the area face a big challenge during labor. However, postnatal and antenatal care service, she noted, is fundamental to every mother, but those in Kubune village are not privileged to have proper healthcare service in their area. Madam Bah indicated.
We find a taxi for them to go and deliver the patients to the hospitals. So it is sometimes very difficult for the patients, because most of the time we ask the escorts to pay money. They will say they don't have money. And we know that it is an urgent thing. So the patient must go. We are the one who sometimes contribute to pay that taxi driver to deliver the patients. So that also is a problem for us. If anybody from anywhere could help us to have such things with us, it will be grateful.
The chairman of the Village Development Committee, Sidi Jaju, said any form of support to enhance the nature of their hospital, especially in the area of equipment and its structures, is vital to them. Mr. Jaju also called on the government and philanthropist organization to come to their aid.
And we want this clinic to be a big clinic, or to change it to a health center, so that the surrounding village people can benefit out of it. And then one of it, this is a charity health post supported by the village and then care by the village. So we need nurses, and then we have small amount of nurses, and what we want from it is government to support us to pay our nurses. So because we are a donor health center, health post, so maybe they cannot do all. So we need a support from anybody who can support us for that, to pay our nurses so that we can have more nurses.
The Kubune Village Development Committee has been bankrolling this health facility from their own coffers, but the high rate of health complications has weakened the VDC, as the little they earn from other sectors of the village are usually diverted to the health center in order to purchase medical items such as drugs and for the payment of their staffs. Reporting for Star TV, I am Modu Elbaji.
On Monday, June 21st, U.S. Defense Attaché and Senior Defense Official Colonel Michael Lee made his visit to the Gambia, accompanied by Commander Jack Colney, Chief of Office of Security Corporations. Colonel Lee met with representatives of the Gambian government and armed forces to discuss areas of cooperation and opportunities for U.S. assistance. Dada Cham tells us more.
Together with Ambassador Pascal, the delegation met with Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mamadou Tangara, leading to a discussion about security challenges facing the Gambia and the region, identifying key areas of cooperation. During a meeting with Defense Minister Sheikh Omar Faye, the group discussed the excellent performance of Gambians armed forces member at U.S. military academies, upcoming joint military exercises, and the importance of controlling illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing. The Gambia and the United States share an understanding of the risks of IUU fishing, which possess a grave risk to continued livelihood of Gambian fishermen and women. The delegation also met with Madani Senghor, Commander of the Gambian Navy, and Major General Mamat O. Cham, Deputy Chief of Defense Staff of the Gambia Armed Forces, as part of their effort to identify areas of cooperation. At the reception hosted by Ambassador Pascal, the delegation met with Her Excellency Vice President Aissatou Touré, who was representing His Excellency President Adama Barrow. The delegation discussed the importance of Gambian-American bilateral relationship. All branches of the Gambia Armed Forces have a strong relationship with the U.S. Department of Defense. Colonel Lee's visit was one of many engagements aimed at enhancing the United States support for strengthening and reforming the Gambia security sector. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Dada Cham.
Quantities of prohibited drugs are expected to be destroyed tomorrow as part of activities commemorating the International Day Against Drugs. The drugs destruction exercise will be part of events marking the International Day Against Drugs and quantities of drugs whose cases have been successfully prosecuted and would be destroyed. The Drug Law Enforcement Agency informed this medium that the destruction exercise will take place on Saturday at the Old Cape Road in Cape Town as the agency joins the international community to commemorate the International Day Against Drugs. Those were the local stories. We will be back with international news after the short break.
Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gosh, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jaja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulanding. We are also producers of Jaja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gosh, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gosh Group also provides the best security company, Gosh Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gosh Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gosh on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gosh Global Group on Bertel Harding Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.goshglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gosh.
Sophie Milk ñu ngi fété juróom benn ati cafka bu dut dañ ñoo leen indil Jalika full cream milk powder neex saf sàpp te bari cafka pour di leen jërëjëfati si ni ngeen defee Sophie Milk seen favorite milk brand léegi mun ngeen a jëfandikoo empty Jalika milk sachets wala carton pour gagner ay xéewal yu riche. Pour gagner motorbike dajaleel fukk ak juróomi empty carton yi Jalika milk pour gagner yeneen xéewal yu mel ni PlayStation 4, TV, fridge freezer, gas cooker, bicycle wala mobile phone. dajaleel fukk ak juróomi empty Jalika milk sachets def leen si biir enveloppe binda si sa tur ak sa téléphone number. Mun ngeen ko yóbbu si bépp Jalika milk agent bu leen gën a jege. Pour xam bi si raful yi dem leen Jalika milk Facebook page. Jalika milk mooy meew bu ees bu leen so fi indel gën a neex saf sàpp te riche.
TAF Africa Global is the first and biggest private estate developer in the Gambia and present in 7 other African countries. We take pride in leading innovation in all spheres of real estate sector in the Gambia and beyond. As such, we are launching the development of the first smart and modern office and retail towers in the Gambia called TAF Twins. The TAF Twins is located in the heart of the Kanifing institutional area and 10 minutes drive away from Banjul. TAF Twins is designed to have 5 floors of office spaces ranging from 50 square meters to over 1,000 square meters with 2 elevators, central air conditioning, 24 hours electricity and water supply, with the ground floor reserved for banking, supermarket, restaurant and coffee shop. For your bookings and reservations, please call now on 376-2333 or 776-2333. Thank you.
And now, news beyond our borders. Skyrocketing fuel prices in India are driving up the cost of food and other basic goods. This is putting pressure on millions of families. The inflation rate has now passed the crucial 6% threshold set by the country's central bank. Al Jazeera's Elizabeth Purama has more from New Delhi, India.
12-year-old Shoba cooks flatbread for her family on a fire made of wood and dried cow dung. Her mother, Soni, earns just over $3 a day when she gets work in the vegetable farms that surround their home. But she says they can't afford to buy gas for cooking.
It's really hard right now to take care of my family. Prices are going up. Lentils are $1.30 a kilo, so who's going to eat that? We don't buy anything to eat. We only eat the vegetables which grow in the fields and don't buy anything else because of the rising prices.
The price of essential items has been increasing in India during the past year. Cooking oil by 30%, fruits and vegetables by 12% and lentils by 10%. And that has had a big impact in a country where the average income is the equivalent of about $5 a day. One reason for the higher price of food is the cost of transportation.
Fruits are not for the poor because their prices are skyrocketing. And even vegetables, people buy half a kilo instead of one. Sales are low while expenses are high. Meanwhile, the fuel prices have already broken the backs of the poor.
The government has increased fuel prices up to 50 times this year, leading to protests earlier this month. On average, an Indian spends nearly a fifth of their daily wages on fuel.
India's inflation rate, which reflects an increase in the price of goods and services, was 6.3% in May. That is above the 6% threshold set by the Reserve Bank of India.
Economists say the rise in the price of food is more worrying than that of fuel.
This trend of food prices going up is going to get much worse, in which case it's going to have a devastating effect on the urban poor in particular, and some of the rural poor, particularly those who are in non-agricultural activities and who actually buy their food rather than get them in kind.
The government distributes free rations to the poor, but the help doesn't reach everyone. Soni says she doesn't have the ration card that's necessary to get the food. Her children, including 9-year-old Gautam, are only attending classes because of the kindness of a few young people who are teaching for free. Soni wants Shobha to learn to cook and clean in case her free education stops, and she'll have to find work. Elizabeth Puranam, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.
European Union leaders have rejected a proposal by Germany and France to hold talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Some member states voiced concern over what they call Moscow's aggressions, saying Russia must change its behavior. Al Jazeera's Natasha Butler reports from Paris.
It was clearly going to be a tense EU summit in Brussels. Leaders arrived divided over the bloc's relations with Russia. The German Chancellor and French President want the EU to host a summit with Russia as a step to building ties that have deteriorated since Moscow illegally annexed Crimea in 2014.
We take responsibility for wanting this dialogue, which is necessary for the stability of the European continent. But we will be demanding because we won't give up our values or our interests. I think that this is the right method. We cannot remain in a purely reactive stance when it comes to Russia.
Last week, US President Joe Biden met with Vladimir Putin in Geneva. But the idea of rolling out the red carpet for the Russian president infuriated Eastern European leaders and others who regard Russia as a threat.
The Kremlin understands power politics. The Kremlin does not understand free concessions as a sign of strength.
After talks on Russia that lasted into the early hours of Friday, leaders didn't agree to a summit but left the door open to possible cooperation with Moscow on areas of common interest, including climate change.
We spoke about Russia. It was not an easy discussion. There was no agreement today on an immediate leaders' meeting. I would have preferred a bolder step forwards, but this is good too, and we will continue to work together.
On COVID-19, leaders promised to coordinate more closely as concerns grow over variants, and the bloc prepares to launch a COVID certificate to ease EU travel. They also talked about more cooperation with Turkey and extra funds for Ankara to extend the 2016 EU-Turkey Migration Pact. LGBTQ rights weren't initially on the agenda, but leaders included them in protest at a controversial new law from member state Hungary that bans content on homosexuality and gender change. Hungarian leader Viktor Orbán said the law aims to protect children, but other leaders remained unconvinced.
People must feel free on the basis of sexuality, skin color, gender, whatever, based on Article 2 of the founding treaty of the European Union, which is non-negotiable, or get out.
The summit's likely to be Angela Merkel's last before she steps down as German Chancellor. Her first EU summit was in 2005. Not all of her policies have been supported in EU circles, but few have doubted her commitment to the European project. Natasha Butler, Al Jazeera, Paris.
Russia has warned it will target foreign warships that test its territorial claims in waters off Crimea. It follows a tense confrontation in the Black Sea on Wednesday. The Kremlin says it fired warning shots at a British warship that entered its waters. The United Kingdom insists it was acting legally. Al Jazeera's Jonah Hull reports.
The UK's ambassador to Russia arriving at the Foreign Ministry in Moscow for a diplomatic dressing down. The activities of a British Royal Navy destroyer in the Black Sea on Wednesday had been provocative and dangerous, the ambassador was told. If repeated, Britain would be held fully responsible for the consequences. These are Russian pictures showing, Russia says, HMS Defender straying into Russian waters off Crimea while on manoeuvres in the Black Sea.
If you cross a borderline, I'll be fire. If you don't change the course, I'll be fire. Do you read me? Over.
That warning from the Russian Coast Guard, recorded by media aboard HMS Defender, was followed, says Russia, by shots fired and bombs dropped into the destroyer's path.
Aircraft visual, green 150, tracking right, altitude low.
It's an account entirely disputed by the UK side. Predictably inaccurate was how Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab described it, saying no shots had been fired at the Royal Navy vessel. Britain says a Russian naval exercise was underway nearby at the time, and the Prime Minister denied HMS Defender had ever entered Russian waters.
We don't recognise the Russian annexation of Crimea. It was illegal. These are Ukrainian waters, and it was entirely right to use them to go from A to B.
That's something Russia will not concede.
Let's say this. In the event of a repeat of this unacceptable provocative action, if those actions go too far, no option can be ruled out to legally defend Russia's borders.
Heated and potentially dangerous rhetoric between the two sides, differing accounts tailored perhaps for a domestic audience. It's not the Cold War, as Boris Johnson was quick to point out, but relations are pretty icy all the same. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera.
And before we end the news, a recap of our main headlines. Banjul mayoress not aware of ongoing construction activities in Banjul. Authorities at Kubune Health Center calls for help. Senior U.S. defense official visits the Gambia. The leak to destroy quantities of drugs tomorrow. On the international scene, millions in India at risk as fuel and food costs increase. French-German plan for EU-Putin talks collapses. UK-Russia escalate war of words over Black Sea warship incident. That's all for this edition of the news. Do join us tomorrow for more news. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs. Thanks for watching and bye for now.